Alright, so picking up from episode 0. Oh, gotta choose a name. First thing that comes to my head. Let's go Rose. Maybe after Resident Evil.
You need a guardian. Choose one.
And I forgot Guardian. So I don't really... I'll just leave the default here because I don't think it makes any tangible difference. And I'll be skipping the cutscenes. So yeah, like I said in episode 0, if you did want to watch all the cutscenes and everything, I won't be playing them in this series. So maybe watch a series that goes through the story in more detail. But I'm going to be mostly focused on the honor mode stuff here. And I think I've got everything set up how I want in the settings. I hope the game looks good. You can give me some feedback about that if it doesn't.
Dead.
It took me quite a while to get the video recording set up so that the file sizes weren't crazy big. And I will be adjusting this menu down here to be more suitable for me. Now, I haven't played Baldur's Gate in quite a while, probably a year or so, if I had to guess. So when I was playing Honor mode before, I had a lot of the encounters fresh in my mind, and a lot of the locations, items and stuff. Being that I'm recording this time, I'm not going to be spending as much time looking things up as I'm playing through, which could be a problem. There's things like this nursery I think triggers something, potentially hurts you if you click it, so I'm not going to do that. Let's increase the number of rows on this thing. Some of these things I'll be removing at some point and organising the spells, but because I don't have much yet, I'll leave it for now. Let's look at the goblin.
Images of goblins,
Pretty sure
their
none
habits
of
and
these
histories
rune
flash
slate
into
do
your
anything.
mind.
You could take them with you and try and sell them for like
feeling
1 gold.
penetrates your mind.
I'm not
An
gonna,
anomaly.
I'm not
One
gonna
like
fuss about 1
ourselves,
gold.
unconnected from the whole.
But here we go. This is gonna be like the first roll of pretty much most Baldur's Gate 3 runs, I guess. And it's gonna be to do with it.
Yes, you've come to save us from this place.
The exposed brain quivers in expect.
Please, before they return.
And I have to kind of remember how I
know
used to
no creature
trigger
like
the
this.
dialogue. Did I use the
One
mouse
that
or
is
the
more
buttons?
brain than person.
Maybe I used 1, 2, and 3 on the keyboard.
Remove us from this
So
body.
I will try and get this
From
thing
this
and
case.
get it as a follow-up,
Free us.
because why not?
Please.
And I'll be using dexterity because it's got the biggest boost. And here you can see the golden dice, which I got for beating Honor mode. So if I lose, it's my own fault for losing the skills. We get some nice luck to begin with. I didn't need the +3 from dexterity.
The brain lifts from the skull. But you notice an opportunity.
But you get a second roll.
You could cripple the strange creature, making it more subservient, should it prove a threat.
So let's roll. 15. We get the first natural 20 of the run. Critical success.
The creature seems The creature...
It's not it.
We must
It's
go to the
us.
helm. The helm, we are needed. To the helm.
And he's coming with us. So we'll go meet Lazel. Coming up here. And the first encounters, they're not going to be too bad, if I'm honest. Probably the first encounters where I struggle are the ones in the crypt where Withers is located.
Your head.
You can skip through this.
You are not. Who am I?
Ask
Your
who she
only
is.
chance that we carry. Within days, we will be Geich. We can do
Figure
nothing.
out that we're turning into mind
As for that
flayers.
thing,
and get into the first fight. And now we can send us, who we wouldn't have if we failed the rolls. Leave him there. I think I've got a ranged attack. Probably just take out the one that's already weak. Looks good. And I don't have a second attack yet because I don't have a small crossbow, and that's fine. So we can then turn my character and go and send Lae'zel to keep it. I don't think I'll be talking my way like precisely through every encounter, but as I'm sort of reminding myself how to play and getting to grips with things, I'll be talking through my thought process a little bit as I'm playing. There we go. Get some attacks off. Clear the
You
encounter.
prove surprisingly adequate.
And get our first bits of loot.
Now, to the helm.
And all of this initial stuff I think you can basically pick up without worries because it's
Does
not
my
going to
feet
fill
can
up your
carry me?
inventory before you get to a shop. And even if it does fill up your inventory, you'll get to the camp and be able to dump a lot of the stuff. Gold is quite important because there's some items that you want to buy in honor mode, which I can't think of off the top of my head.
Better.
I don't exactly remember the items used for the builds. I'll try to figure it out as I'm going, or maybe
Friend. We are going.
if you wanted to let me know what build you'd like to see. I'm thinking
Ship won't be
Lae'zel's
able to
probably
take
going
another
to
dragon
be
attack. We need to get
And,
out before it's too late.
probably take Gale along. He might just stay on Wizard. And then the last character, Shadowheart Life Cleric. It's a pretty solid thing. I can't remember exactly what I used on the first on mode run.
Seems simple enough.
It's Wizard, Monk, Bard, and Cleric.
Mind
seems
flare
pretty good.
machinery. Better watch what I touch.
I don't think I'll be able to read these because of my
Another
Arcana.
mystery.
Can Lae'zel have a try?
Aggression.
Aggression.
Until I cannot make sense of.
Yeah, so it can definitely be optimal when playing Baldur's Gate 3. For example,
Needs a key.
if you know where keys are to certain chests and
Moving
stuff,
ahead.
you can get the keys first before trying the chest, you know, finding out that it's locked. And then going back and unlocking, grabbing the key, unlocking the chest, all of that stuff. Maybe if I do more honor mode runs in the future, if people enjoy this series, you know, I'll be able to try
How
some
many
more
hosts in this cave
difficult
infected?
stuff, depending on how far I get in this one. Like maybe I will try doing a run with less characters,
Another brain.
or maybe I'll try
A room.
and do a
But
honor
for
mode
what?
run with some classes I've never played before. For example, I don't think I've ever actually played with a druid yet, or a paladin, maybe even a ranger. I don't think I've played with. Let's get Shadowheart unlocked here.
The console appears dormant. The console hums to life. Suddenly, then discomfort fades, and another sensation washes over you. Connection.
Have to actually survive the roll.
Authority.
Pretty close. But we get
You feel a
Shadowheart out
shiver
here.
run.
thought that
Your mind.
keep
Now,
dangerous
I do
company.
like to keep a lot of things nice and
Fair
neat
point. Let me
in
come with
game, and
Shut
there's
it.
going to be a balance to it, isn't there?
It's nothing. Enough of. She's right.
For I'm going to have a look now to just to show you what I mean. And because I think I need to get the command skill on Shadowheart. So I do like to keep my inventories kind of clear, which means, you know, going through, adding things to wares. But I know too much of that, and maybe it could be frustrating to watch. So I'll have to try and batch that kind of thing. So all the stuff at the start, maybe I'll keep on the main character. But eventually what I do is I have one character who carries all the potions, another one, Gale, will handle the scrolls, just to keep the inventories from blowing up too much. Send these to me, send these things to me. And you can see, like, with 4 characters, I mean the other characters don't usually pick stuff up, but you can see how already there's 4 rows here filled up, and it gets quite difficult keeping on top of the inventory.
Keep going.
I need to figure out how I'm going to handle that in the video recording, because I do want to upload everything, so you know, I'm not doing anything behind the scenes in the run, in the playthrough. But also, how much do you really want to sit and watch me sort through the inventory? So maybe that's something I can do at the end of the episodes, and then people can skip through if they want to, or maybe if people have a really bad reaction, then I can just do that off camera. I'll just see how it goes. Maybe I'll leave it in to begin with. So I'm looking for Shadowheart at the minute. And get commanding, and that is going to let me try and get the item from the first boss.
We are nearing the helm.
I don't think it's necessary to get either,
Better not be cursed.
especially because I'm heading towards a monk build, so no one's actually going to be able to hold it. Maybe I can get it to sell.
Do it.
Connect.
This is kind of like the first big fight.
We need to get out of here now.
And Shadowheart's in front, so let's push her up a little bit. Get this a bit wider so I can actually see what's going on. And actually, maybe I'll send off some arrows to begin with. An arrow. And don't end the turn yet because you've got more movement, so you can push up. I am just gonna be going straight for this. I think there's a couple of items, like, I know there's a couple of things up here, maybe even on the other side, but sauna mode, void bulbs are quite nice, I can't lie. But it's alright. I think I'll just head for the exit here. And if I can reach, I suppose I want to be doing the command drop already. And I can, so... We fail? Yeah, we may not get it. It's only a 55% chance. That's fine. It's an unmodded run, like, there's no way I'll be cheating or anything like that. It's just a fair honor mode run. There's no way for me to save, like, reset or anything. That's not going to be happening. So whatever happens, happens. If I don't get the sword, I don't get the sword. I'm not going to reset the whole run or anything like that. I'm just going to play, and if I die, I die. If I make it through, I make it through.
Ignore the devil. We must take the transponder.
Let's get Shadowheart, try again to get the drop command, just to see if it's going to happen. Yeah, he drops it, so that's nice. Pretty lucky. I guess it's more likely than not, slightly, because of the 55% chance, but Not by much. And the other guys are just going to go down. There's more loot I could have got, probably. No. Swords. You could really go to town in Baldur's Gate 3, like picking up absolutely everything you see. I'm just using things like that because I'm not going to be fighting the commander here. I think even without his sword, he's pretty strong. Let's have a look. No, he's not that strong, but he's got a lot of health, so... Sure, let's... I'm too close. I should have equipped the Bard with a sword already. Yeah. And I should have cast Longstrong. And let me do that now on Lizelle. I could have done that earlier, so that's me not thinking. And obviously I'll have to think a lot at some points to make sure I don't die. But I've played through the Naughty Lore more than anything else. Because when I first started playing, I probably tried a few different characters, like, way before I ever played on a mode, just to see what the different things, different classes were like. So I'll pick up them void bulbs, kill these guys and leave, I think.
Kill them, or your spine is mine.
If this ship
See
hits
that
the
he's
ground,
lost
we're
50
dead.
health, but I think what happens is you get guys spawning in from behind who will do a nasty damage,
Victory awaits.
and they'll come in before I can take down this guy. What's he called? Can't remember his ult. So what does this do? The tooltip didn't come up. Don't quite have enough, so I can just use the arrow. And you actually, if you don't listen to the dialogue, you get through the Naughty Lore pretty quick. Another thing that I'm kind of thinking about already is how long I want the episodes to be. I don't necessarily have to have a set time, like, I don't want to just say, okay, the episodes are half an hour long, and then mid-fight cut you off from an encounter and say, you know, you've got to wait. But at the same time, I don't know if people enjoy, you know, 2-3 hour episodes. So yeah, I'll think about that. I think the best thing to do with that is to, you know, get through a couple of encounters or gameplay in each episode. I obviously should have hit him with a sword. I thought it would switch to the sword there. But it's I'll probably aim for like between 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how much time I've got. But, you know, let me know if you want to see shorter episodes, longer episodes.
Before more dragons come.
It's as much your series as it is mine. I think I can escape on the next turn.
My path be true.
Okay, there we go.
The
There you
helm's
go,
aim
it saves for you.
transponder.
There's nothing you
You've
can do
made it
about
in
it.
time.
That's on the mode. escape from the naughty node there and skip through. And I think maybe I'll get to about the point where I pull Gale out from the wall, something like that.
As you wake, the
A
tadpole
couple more encounters
squirms
before
in
then,
your
or maybe
skull.
one more. And some other stuff I can do.
Other than but it'll all be the tadpole is a
Yeah, now let me use the keyboard
Need
to
to find
kind
a
of
way
find
forward.
what I'm doing. I'm seeing a little bit of screen tear in my screen. I hope it doesn't come through on the video. Let's just wake her up. I need to
You're
reach for the
alive.
artifact.
I'm alive. The Divine tend to keep their interventions close to the chest. First things first. We need supplies, shelter, and most of
Yeah, I hope
we
the
might have escaped, but
the
we still
recording
have
looks
these
good
little
as well.
monsters
I've tried
in
my
our
best
heads.
to kind of find a balance that keeps the file size low, keeps the game looking good, keeps my system from being able to handle it.
We need each other.
But you can let me
we
know
both-
how it looks.
Lead the way.
And there's a couple of things you can get here before the fight up there. Mostly junk. I think what I've forgotten how to do and what I should be doing is, yeah, pick up and add to wares on a lot of things, and that way it minimises the time I'm spending sorting out the inventory. In a game like this, there's always going to be some sorting out in the inventory. It's part of the game.
Fresh water. There must be a settlement somewhere nearby.
I don't think I need to read the books or anything like that. There was... Or is there a reason to read the books? Is there some books that give you an upgrade? I've got to think about that.
Something
Maybe
good
you'll have to
here,
let
I
me know. Yeah, and it's on a mode, so I am going to try and, you know, pick up... I'm not going to be maximalist, like picking everything I can out of the game, you know, picking up every single sword, every book to sell at the vendors, and sleeping so they get more money. I'm not going to go to that level of depth, but I am going to, at least at the start, do more than, you know, more than you need to. Just preparation, really, because it is on a mode and it is tough. I feel like when you record a game like this, there's more pressure to keep you moving. Maybe less so
More
if
of
you
those
live
wretched
stream,
things.
but because this is just a video series, like, I want to keep things interesting. I don't want to be staying in areas for, you know, I don't want to be wasting my time, but I also don't want to die. And when I played off camera, I'd spend a lot of time sometimes. Let me figure out the crouch. So now I'm crouched, I want to move. Because we have these guys up here. And I want to take the high ground. High ground is always good, because it means we get a high chance to hit. And you should be looking for high ground in every encounter if you can.
These beasts have seen
I
everything.
think they nearly spotted me. Well, let's get into turn-based mode. I should have maybe done that earlier. It has been a while since I've played, so hopefully I don't forget anything critical. He's got less health, so I could try and target him. Let's see if... Okay,
Better
so
stay
there's
back.
my first
One
mistake.
strike could be lethal.
I clicked on Shadowheart with a bow and arrow active,
What comes now?
which is not ideal. That's not ideal. Hopefully that doesn't like instantly lose me the run. I will be re-rolling Shadowheart, and probably Gale and Aster, whoever I choose. Got quite lucky there. Lucky because I lost a turn. Oh, the Bard. Due to my silly mistake. Do I want to use a spell slot? I think I should. I think I should, because if I don't kill them both here, they could get Shadowheart there. Because they moved before her in the turn order. Now the Bard has got high dex. I think the dex is what gives me more priority in the order of when it decides the order of who goes first. I think Dex is the one that decides that. So because Shadowheart is probably lower than what I set the Bard to here, she's going last. Middle piercing shot. Critical miss. Love to see those. And we're on to firebolts with Shadowheart. Looks like I'll get through the encounter
Well,
pretty
perhaps our
nicely.
survival isn't such a distant prospect.
Now, what was the easy way to group and ungroup? Actually, before I do that, let me level up on both characters,
Let's move.
which I have forgotten how to do. There we go, down at the bottom. And we get the Song of Rest, which is very nice, and another spell. Maybe now I could get the Animal Friendship. Speak with animals. Yeah, I'll do that. Is it? I don't think it really comes into play naturally, but I'll have it just to have it. The Swordsbard is mostly going to be using the action points on using the bow. And do I want to do any of this? I do like create or destroy water, probably more than command. But I mean, they're going to be re-rolled once I get past the rivers anyway. And hit a short rest.
I can keep going a little longer now.
Let me ungroup from Shadowheart.
What's in
I don't want her to take damage here, but I think she might. No, they do avoid the fire by themselves. One thing about this game that's the suspension I just got. I'm not a big fan of how the potions work. Normally, throughout an entire run, I'll craft a few potions of speed. That's pretty much it.
Open up.
And the reason is because crafting potions uses ingredients of other potions that you might want to make, and keeping track of which ones are safe to use and which ones are not. It just makes me bounce off the entire system, really. So I just pick one potion that I might want to make and do that. A little bit more looting. Do we get our first locked crate? I think we do. An instrument. So that's lockpick? No. Oh, I was picking the wrong option. Guidance. I mean, I've got a bonus of 6, and you got to remember, because I'm a halfling, if it rolls a 1, it can re-roll. I don't think I'll roll one. Let me watch a full roll. Oh, 2. But even if it did, it'd roll it again, and then I'd get my bonuses again. there's like I will fail rolls, but I think quite rarely, because I've got a 1 in 400 chance of rolling a critical failure, which is pretty good. Again, I'm seeing some lines across the screen. I forget what they call them. I think it's something to do with VSync, but it's strange because I've got the frames set to the same as the monitor. Screen tearing, that's it. If you know what's causing that, you can help me fix it if you would like. Let's see Asterion.
There, in the grass. There.
Just a dumb bore. You're relieved until you see the
Don't we? You're in league.
Your mind. You try to hold.
What was that?
I will have to pay
What's going
attention
on?
to some of the dialogue in the game,
The worm.
which means that mostly
Of
what'll
course.
happen is I'll read it,
And to think,
and then
I
skip
was
it
ready
when
to
I've read
decorate the
line.
ground with your innards.
And I hope that's not annoying to watch.
Apologies. My name's Astarion.
Astarion. Okay.
I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts... Is that so? Do you know anything about these worms? Turn us... Although,
Okay.
it hasn't happened yet. Well, yes, of course. But first
So,
things first.
will I be bringing Astarion with me?
You know. And... All right.
It's an interesting question, because there are characters like, let's say, what's he called, Halsin, who I don't think I've ever brought along with me. I've brought along Lae'zel before, Shadowheart, Astarion, Will, and Gale. There's a... Did I say Carla? I'm running through the characters in my mind and they keep re-entering. I'm missing some for sure. The ones in the second act. Yep, who go send all these things over to the main character, Rose. Send the camp supplies to Rose. And the scroll of Revivify. So I'm sending that to Rose. Level you up. I'm gonna have the same problem as I have in my Binding of Isaac series, where a lot of these things in the game, like Revivify, I've never actually said out loud in my life before, and I may struggle to say them for the first time on camera, so that's gonna be pretty funny. Quick sort. I forget if there's a button for that. Let me get to my character here. Well, first, let's use Astarion.
Deep grooves in the mud around that rock.
No, it doesn't have enough strength, but Shadowheart does. And some nice early money here. I think I need to read the Harper's map or something. Yeah, it puts a cache on the map later on in the game. Let's see, did I forget to add anything to wares? I did. Grease bottle's nice to have. Which can I wear? Which can I use? Short sword? No, this one. This has more damage potential, I think, compared to the scimitar, or the short sword even. So we'll use that for now until I get something better. I can send the camp supplies to camp, make some space. It's already filling up, but it's because of all these weapons. And I'm only not adding them to wares right now because of they might have some use on these characters. Yep. Does this do more damage for you? It does. And I have a hand crossbow. Yeah, I think I need another one of those, and then I can use a bonus action to fire 2 shots in the same turn, which will be nice. Get the rope out of here, send that to camp because I don't need it. Send the dark mine to camp, and the slave mine to camp. Oh, supplies to camp. This is where you see my bad scanning.
How much
Yeah,
further
I'm
can I
having
go?
fun with Isaac. It's a very fun series to record, but this is a different kind of series. Probably a little bit more slow paced, because every action you can take your time with, at least once you get into combat. You can take your time to position as well, but that doesn't always come to fruition. Oh, get away from him. Yeah, shoot him. I think if you talk to him, there's a chance that you just die.
Monster. Death is too good for it.
A bit more loot, and then we meet Gale up here
Dead
shortly.
goblins over there. Worth checking for supplies, maybe.
Yeah, I guess already you have to make the choice if you want Gale or Lae'zel or Astarion. I think I'll probably send Astarion back for now, because my character has
What's going on
all
with
of
that
the
room?
stuff I need from
It's unstable somehow.
Astarion.
Approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glittered.
A hand? Anyone?
And I like this. I like seeing these big rolls early, which I think mainly you can only get early on the Bard.
Whatever you're doing is working wonders. Oh. A bit shocked. Say, but I
The other
know
thing with
you,
bringing Gale
don't
along
I?
is he likes
In
to,
a manner of speaking.
he likes some early magic
You were on the
items.
North Lloyd as
2 or 3
well.
items you've got to give to him to keep his spark from exploding. That's fine because of how I play the game. I should find enough items to give to him without having to worry.
Then I can only assume you too were on the receiving end of the insertee. It's a process. You don't
Let's
happen to
just
be a
have a little
cleric.
You
chat
seem
to
to
the
know
old
enough about our condition.
fella.
Most, no doubt. But I find myself, as we're most certainly going to need a healer. Oh, it was an act of force.
And we get Gale. And I can send his stuff over to Rose. And some stuff back to camp. And level him up. I think this early game is pretty much standard for most Baldur's Gate 3 runs. Shield is super good. I didn't mean to click on that. I will pick on Ice Knife. I think I like Ice Knife. I like Enhanced Leap as well. So maybe I'll start with that. Don't really need the sleep. I like Enhanced Leap, and I like the Ice Knife. Should I get a Witch Bolt? I think this is fine for now.
Breathe deep and move.
And this brings me about to the place where you see Lae'zel. So up here you've got some enemies. That leads you down to the crypt there, which I'll be doing fairly soon. But first, I guess we get Lae'zel and swap Astarion out for Lae'zel. There's some minor loot you can get over here from a chest, I think. And we have Lae'zel up here. I think the plan will be to get Lae'zel.
Zora.
The things.
And if
Let's
it's
do that.
Skull.
Get rid of them.
Yep, so I can use persuasion. And you saw there, I already picked, so you can't show you that.
She's right.
There was deception.
No one's
there,
safe if that
and
thing goes
the
loose.
other
Damaze?
speech ability.
You've but one chance. Join me or die.
Oh, okay, I wasn't reading, and I made a mistake. That's unfortunate. I guess I have to fight the Tieflings.
Lying rat!
Hopefully these aren't important to the story. So, I've just proven to myself
Still
that I need
breathing,
to pay
despite
more
everything.
attention to the text while I'm recording. And, you know, already this is where maybe some of these characters wouldn't have made that choice. And just because I wasn't paying attention, we've made this choice. And you can't rectify it in honor mode. So, can I get both of you with one nice knife? Not quite. So instead, let me just use a firebolt. And maybe I'll do a long rest before I fight all of the enemies. So I'll just burn through some of the spell slots. He could get a sneak attack, but he missed, 65% chance. Good chance for the arrow.
No!
Yeah, he's pretty much done at this point. I'm a little bit upset that I made that mistake this early. I should have been paying more attention to the text, but it served as a reminder early on about
The tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all your
consequences
senses.
in honor mode.
But the longer we... My people possess the cure for this infect...
Careful. She obviously
It is meant... Githyanki protocol is clear. When infected with a gate tad... The party's full. You'll need to make room.
I would have.
Ready. You have made...
I'll trust you.
You were...
So we've got Lae'zel instead of Astarion. And unfortunately, some tieflings that didn't make it.
Way.
I will try my best not to make any more mistakes like that for the entire playthrough. But no promises. And actually I want to come over this way first to grab the shovel because there's a few dig spots over by the crypt.
I hear shouting up ahead.
There is shouting
We should
up
check it
ahead,
out, but be careful.
but we're not going to check it out yet. What we will do is head this way and take on these guys. I think there's 4 people, if I remember right. and I have 4 people. 1v1. But I use some spell slots. So let's level up Lae'zel and take a rest. And I think I'll probably, if end the episode before I start that encounter. Let's see. Have a nice long rest. I don't think I've ever struggled with getting the supplies for the long rest, so I don't mind using them early.
I should speak up.
Have a little tour.
A monster. I need. Be quick about your rest. We must locate a crash. A thick. Do you take your. Should a sing.
I think Shadowheart's upset now, is she? Yeah, she doesn't like me talking to Lae'zel.
What were you two talking about? You and that Githyanki? I'd be careful with Lae'zel. So, if you seem reliable. I think you know how. Good.
You see me concentrating on text even in the camp now. The early sting has done major damage to my psyche. Alright. So, quick look at the inventory. I thought I added that to wares. Center camp. A little sort of the inventory, which I like. I need it sorted, you know. Oh yeah, and I should be looking through the armor that I've got, seeing if anyone can equip better armor. Let's take the long rest first. I don't think anything happens here on the first night. Let's see if anyone wants to talk. I don't think they do. Yeah, so what I can do is get Long Strider going, which I should have done earlier. Should actually do this once you leave camp probably, so everyone's grouped up, makes it slightly easier, but
Let me work my magic.
only really matters when you get high level spells, so you're not wasting slots or anything like that.
Shouldn't have
I
wished to
think
live
that's
in more
all I can
interesting
do in terms of buffs for now, or you can do yourself. Yeah. Can leave camp, and I'll pick up from here next time. I do hope you enjoyed this first episode. Let me know if you want to see more, if you want me to stick around and stick through with this series, and if you do, why not leave a like and a subscribe. Just any feedback would be great. Let me know if there's any settings you want me to change, any tips you've got, all of that good stuff. But for now, I'm going to save it there and leave episode 1 here. Thank you for watching.